the Deshaun Jackson trade when they shipped him out to NFC East team. They cut him off. And basically he signs with the Washington Redskins and whatnot. It all started then, and I think the talk about Chip Kelly being,
trouble with black
athletes. I think that's when it all started stirring. And then when Shady got traded to Buffalo, Macklin was gone. All these other players that were big-time football players moved on. I think that's when you saw Shady McCoy start having this problem, this big issue with the fact that, and listen, Shady McCoy is a guy from that area.
Yeah.
This is a home to him.
Right.
So I think he took it extremely personal by the fact of them trading him away. So I can understand that there's going to be some animosity. Maybe you shouldn't voice it this way, but there's going to be some animosity. I don't care if we like it or not. Shady McCoy's his own person. He never minces words, and he said what he had to say.
And I get all that, but it's not about you. It's really not. It's about the game you play. It's about being a professional. Look, I was mad for 10 years when I lined up in corner, and every other team in the National Football League didn't draft me. So I get what they're saying. You hate to be disrespected by a coach. When a coach thinks, well, you don't fit my system. Well, you got something to prove. Well, go ahead and prove it. You ain't got to talk about it. Just go out and go play. Play football, man. All this other nonsense, it's a shame because that's all we're talking about. We're talking about two teams right now that are trying. One's trying to win the division.
Right.
The other one's trying to get in the play. And we're talking about two disgruntled running backs.
Yeah, but you know what?
Stars.
You're right. It's normally wide receivers.
Yes.
Or the divas.
Wide redivas. Let's call them wide redivas. It's normally them.
It is, but I still think when you look at the situation as a whole, this team was ripe with talent. Jeremy Macklin is a great football player.
We're seeing that.
Deshaun Jackson is still a home run. I mean,
when he's not running backwards.
I mean, you have to ask yourself, if you're a player in that locker room, why? Why are these guys being shipped off? Why are our
Because they didn't fit the mold of what the coach wanted to do. You played for coaches that you disagreed with. I played with coaches where I left the university because I didn't like the coach. Flat left. Didn't tell him I was going. Beat the horn when I was driving by the facility and went somewhere else. Okay? But I didn't sit there and bellyache about it.
But
go
to your corners, man. Go to your corners. You didn't have social media the way Shady McCoy has it. And you don't have mics in your face the way Shady McCoy, the way Deshaun Jackson, and all. I think this is a different.
You see that button right there? You know what I'm saying? Don't press send.
But this is a different era than even when I played.
Yep. It's changed dramatically.
I mean, players have a voice, and they have a voice. I know, but
I'm okay with it. It is different now. There are many more platforms for them to express that.
Exactly, and they have been absolutely. And do I agree with Shady McCoy? No, Coach. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with him voicing his opinion that way. But again, we're not talking about Darren Woodson. We're not talking about Herm Edwards. We're talking about Shady McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, those type of players. They are in a different light in today's game.
They are. But you know what? You're still a professional football player. You're a professional, man.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Don't lose sight of that.
Can we throw this into the mix here? And I know at some point they're going to be yelling at us, but this is really good stuff.
I'm done.
Shady McCoy.
I'm done. I'm done with all this, man. I'm done.
No.
And you asked me, coach, you want to go back and coach? No, I don't want to coach this. Because this ain't professional football, man. It ain't about you. It's not about you anymore.
It's true.
The players think it's all about them.
Exactly, but that's the.
It ain't about them. It's about the game of football, man.
Let me ask you this then, because I've never seen you this passionate, and you were a passionate person. Is it possible, because of who is coaching the Buffalo Bills and the way he likes to coach and the way he likes to talk, that perhaps some of these players, a la Shady McCoy, who has these different platforms, feels empowered to say whatever it is he wants to say?
I don't know that so much. I just think that we give players passes. Because what we do for a living, media, we love this. This hurts me when I had to see players do this. It just hurts me. And I'm a part of the media.
What about it hurts you the most?
It hurts me that they put their own identity, their own egos in front of the team. Because this is a team game, man. It's always been that way. And it's about the guys in your locker room. It's about the guys not have to stand there and ask the question, you hear what Shady said about your coach? They ain't talking about football. They're talking about nonsense.
Well, it
ain't the game of football, Trey.
You know, I can't disagree with you.
If I didn't work it, I'd walk off this thing right now. I'm tired of talking about this mess about these players, man.
Well, please
it's
don't.
driving me crazy.
Because we have about 49 minutes left in the show. And you've been a good part of the show so far, so I don't want you to go anywhere. And look, the bottom line here is it is a different era, as you were saying. And the question is, as a head coach, Greg, the problem is, how do you realize that era, and how do you handle it in a way that is acceptable for players and also acceptable for you as the man who should be the one voice leading this franchise to understand how those two sort of agendas can work together?
Well, Herm said it. It's a business. Jeffrey Lurie made a decision. He hired Chip Kelly as his head coach. A year later, he also named him as GM. So the owner of that team, who pays everybody's salary, made the decision that Chip Kelly is ultimately in charge of everything related to football.
Yeah.
And if Chip Kelly decides that he wants different players on his team because he has that as his responsibility, that's his right. Now, I understand players not. Shady grew up in Harrisburg, right down the road. This is home. Nothing better
Went to
playing in your
University of
hometown.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Exactly right. Nothing better. So I can see why he's frustrated, but I agree with Coach.
He's a star, man.
the team.
He's a star of our league.
Yeah.
He's doing this, and there's young kids watching television going, oh, when you get to act, when you become a star and they pay you a lot of money, you can just say what you want about the coach. You can say what you want about the owner. You can just say whatever you want.
Well, he's certainly not the first one to go.
No, I'm not blaming it on him. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like you're right. The world we live in is a world of, you know what? Whatever I say, it's good. It don't matter. There's no repercussions. They pay me. I'm professional. I'm a star. I can do it. Okay?
And I think we should clear up one thing that has sort of been swirling around this ever since the trade was made. There were intimations that maybe race had something to do with it.
Right.
If that's the case, why do you replace Shady with DeMarco Murray? And they were trying to get Frank Gore. And
75% of that locker room was black. Black players.
Right. So I mean, you can have Chip may have a problem with certain people's personalities and stars, which I think is completely a reasonable thing to say. But it's kind of hard when the same people that you're letting go are being replaced with the same people.
I'm looking at the story. I don't believe that he's a racist. I never thought that Chip Kelly was a racist. I mean, I was trying. I guess when you're looking at this situation, you wonder why he let the big time players move on.
I think a lot of people have
and
those
that's
questions. So those are legitimate questions.
Mules can't win games.
Yeah.
It takes stallions to win games.
Yeah.
It absolutely does in this league. You
Take a quarterback.
Yeah, and take a quarterback. So you have to have players to win games. And you felt. I mean, I can understand that Shady McCoy is frustrated. I understand that the other players are. I can understand DeMarco Murray being a little frustrated. They shouldn't voice their opinion this way,
Right.
but this is the world we live in today. I mean,
The frustration is real to you.
Yes.
The way they did it was not correct.
absolutely not. They should have gone about the right. That's the way the media's in our
Coach, so damn, you was a head coach. Was your door always open for a player?
It was.
By the way, our door is open to you, the viewer, and this is our way of saying we paying special attention to this game on Sunday when the Buffalo Bills head to Philadelphia to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Could be interesting. Could be interesting today. When we come back, it's been interesting.